Up at the start, the might of Leander Club A crew in the Fawley Challenge Cup. I think their B crew lost earlier this regatta, Tom, to Hinksey Sculling School, which was earlier today. And if you're familiar with rowing, it's the red and white of Kingston Rowing Club on the right-hand side on the Buckinghamshire station, steering a great course, I think, as they go along.
Yeah, Leander, the Pink Palace, row on this course day in, day out throughout the season. They'll be intimately familiar with what it takes to excel on the Henley stretch, and they are arguably the fastest junior quad in the country coming into this one. They won the Marlow Regatta of junior quads ahead of Windsor Boys and Sydney Rowing Club. Kingston, no slouches, coached by George Nottage and programme overseen by Josh Burrows. They've come on leaps and bounds in the last few years to boat competitive boats on the men's and the women's side. But Leander, to me, Martin, probably the class crew in this entire event.
That's a big call, Tom, but you would know, and you know, I don't know if you've tuned in or you guys are just listening maybe for the first time, but Tom Morgan, my co-commentator, really one of the great brains behind Junior Rowing News. And if you haven't caught up with their website, with their previews, with their podcast, do so, because you can listen to Tom and Fergus Mainland, who also been here in the commentary, and get some really cracking insights into rowing. So Kingston Rowing Club trail Leander Club A early on in the race, and now we move later down the course, and Leander have extended their margin, Tom.
Yeah, I'll buy that drink later, Martin. I really appreciate that. Look, Leander, they built their junior programme with one thing in mind, and that was to win the Fawley Challenge Cup, and they did that, I think, for the first time in certainly recent history in 2019, and they are desperate to reclaim that title. It is the primary focus of their programme. I'll be interested to see with the rule change and the Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup allowing clubs in for the first time. Leander, as you rightly pointed out, had a B crew that went out earlier, but the fact that they were in the regatta proper demonstrates they've got 8 very capable athletes, so maybe they'll be eyeing up an 8 in the future. But this Leander A crew have had a stellar season. I think unbeaten, barring one slight mishap at the National Schools Regatta where they finished 3rd. But in essence, they're the fastest domestic offering that we have. It would just be whether the likes of Sydney from Australia can match them up. But at the moment, Leander have one focus and one focus only. That's dispatching Kingston, and they're doing that with consummate ease at this stage.
Yeah, Kingston boys, as you say, they look quite nice in terms of their rhythm. The 18-year-old Ed Andrews in the stroke seat we saw just then, leading his crew through this middle part of the race. They're just coming up to the clubs in the middle part of the race, Upper Thames, so they'll get a bit of noise. It all goes quiet in that section after the barrier, sort of from 500 metres to 1,000 metres. But Leander now, I call that very stately progress, sort of rating about 24 or something as they come through that section past Upper Thames.
And this has turned into a pleasant evening paddle for the boys from Leander. Look over his shoulder there from Bowman, Freddie Foxwell in the Leander crew. He'll know that his boat has just a few more strokes to go to secure their place in the Friday of the Fawley Challenge Cup for schoolboy quads, and I don't think, barring any late calamities, that they're going to be stopped in doing so. Yeah,
Freddie Foxwell taking a gap year, done some coaching at Marlow with their J14s. Not thinking about that as he crosses the line first in this heat of the Fawley Challenge Cup. Leander A move smoothly and serenely, haven't stopped yet. Oh, they have just eased parked next to our commentary box. The heads go down in the Kingston boat. Good regatta for them. Leander Club A beat Kingston Rowing Club.
Yeah, wonderful from Leander. I think that was to be expected. Really, really professional performance from those boys, and they will know that sterner tests lie ahead